if that's the case, you know, police are going to want to send these people back to where they came from, let them exercise their rights, but just not so close. Oh, you can see they came through, it looks like a break in that gate there.
Yeah, I agree, Leslie. I think that these are people from the parents' rights group that maybe were going down there. I could also see people from the pro-LGBT rights group sort of facing off with them over that fence. This is not what LAPD wants right now. They don't want people to get more intensely engaged here. They'd rather have people sort of calm down and sort of, you know, exercise everything peacefully. But you make a point about the freeway. This is Beaudry. I just checked the map. This is Beaudry. It runs north and south along the 110 freeway. And as we have covered protests here in Southern California over the last several years, LAPD generally has three broad rules about why they allow protests to happen on city streets. They understand the importance of the First Amendment, and they understand the importance of people wanting to make feelings and their voices heard, but they counterbalance that with issues surrounding breaking the law and impeding traffic. So, generally speaking, the LAPD will allow people to protest on city streets if they follow these three broad stroke rules, and that is, 1, when you protest, do not hurt anyone. 2, when you're marching and protesting, do not break anything. Don't be throwing rocks or bottles. Don't be breaking windows, overturning cars. And number 3, absolutely do not go on the freeway. We have seen this previously in years past in Los Angeles, where protesters have gone on the freeway and it is almost immediately declared an unlawful assembly because it is wildly dangerous for the protesters and the drivers on the freeway, and it blocks major thoroughfares and causes an enormous amount of chaos. So you're right, everyone is concerned by the fact that this is right by the 110 freeway during probably the noon hour here. There's plenty of people on the 110 freeway. They absolutely do not want any of these protesters to get the idea that one of the routes of exit here or one of the routes to possibly take to march is the 110 freeway. That is hugely off limits this afternoon. They do not want anyone to go there, Leslie.
Yeah, and I think one of the concerns also remains for LAPD is, can both of these groups grow, right? Can more people make it out here as we get later into the day? The traffic will pick up. Right now, of course, it's 12:30 in the afternoon. Most people are where they need to go, but we know it's LA. There's always traffic on our freeways. But at this point, they want to be able to curb these groups from growing any bigger, possibly, and especially because things turned violent. But as you mentioned, LAPD does a very good job at allowing people to exercise their First Amendment rights. And at this point, you can see, Mark, it's just they're building that skirmish line. It looks like we do have a camera there on the ground as those two people that we saw get taken down by officers. They are now being held there on the sidewalk.
Yeah, that is exactly right. Right there. Certainly on LAPD's mind that they do not want either of these two groups to grow in size. Now, in the past, I can say that has been a much bigger problem, especially when protest groups start large and get small. We haven't seen that today. Both of these groups are not parts of like larger protests where there was maybe 2,000 or 3,000 people. Really, the parental rights group protest, they started at about 200. It looks like they are at about 200 now. And this other group, the pro-LGBT rights group, maybe about 50 people. So it's not like there are other protesters that have sort of broken away from the group and are wandering around downtown and then may find themselves here. I think that we are looking at the sum total of everybody that was operating here, and I don't see any sort of opportunity for more people to show up. I don't think LAPD would would allow any more people to show up in either of these two groups.
Yeah, and you can see on your right, you're really seeing the moments that started there. That scuffle started between police and at least two of the counter-protesters there, or two people, I should just say, on the ground, as they took them put them in handcuffs, I should say. And we know right now they're at least being detained. But Mark, it does look like many of the protesters are moving to the sidewalk here. It looks like we're watching some people possibly on loudspeakers chanting. It looks like this person here in the white shirt may be a part of the parents' rights group, given that I believe their shirt says something towards their ideologies. And it looks like maybe people from both sides are are on the sidewalk here.
Yeah, you know what? I was just, believe it or not, I see everybody's in the shade, Leslie. I mean,
Yeah,
this is actually a
it's hot
very
out.
real thing. It's in the 80s down there in downtown. It's hot, it's humid, and you know everyone has been standing there for quite some time. And I think that LAPD is very happy to have people go into the shade onto the sidewalk because it gets them out of the middle of the street. Getting them out of the middle of the street is step one to getting these groups to disperse peacefully. But actually, you make a good point. It does look like there are parental rights groups, people over on the right side of your screen, in very close proximity to the pro-LGBT rights group. That's not a good sign. We don't want. I don't think the LAPD wants to see